Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft where we are constructing the Brill class Bird of Prey. Let's go ahead and start off with the episode with doing a quick little tour of the ship, of some changes that I've done. I've done quite a bit of moving around, you might probably say. We're going to start off right here into the engineering room. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner, which is going to give me room to go ahead and try to make this look more like an actual engineering section. I mean, as you can see, we got rid of all of those command blocks and everything that were along off to the sides. I started kind of putting in some more power conduits. I'm going to try to look and see if there's anything I can do to make that look a little bit more impressive, which I got a couple of ideas, which we'll take a look at that in a minute. But yeah, this gives me a lot more room to kind of try to be, putting in some, with it being engineering, there's going to be some consoles and stuff in here. So it's going to be look a little bit more open. Not too much open because with a small cramped ship like this and as much stuff that needs to be in engineering, I mean, we have, the warp core, but, we don't have much up at the top. Well, we got some stuff at the top, but not much at the bottom. So we got to put other things, other features inside here. Like this is where the crystals are supposed to be at, Klingon crystals, and so on and so forth. But we moved all those command blocks, but they're still on the ship, so it still goes to say what I said originally, that if you was to, you could take this entire ship and copy and use like MC Edit and copy and paste it into your own world and still have all the functionality of like the opening doors and what have you. But I moved kind of what I said I was going to do into here. As so here's some of the blocks, and I think these blocks here take care of those first two doors, and then there's these blocks here which takes care of the door by the bridge. One little thing that I found out, I don't know if it's a bug or not, and I mean it could very well be a bug because we're kind of using well, not kind of using, we are using a snapshot. So I have my deal set up to where it'll automatically download the snapshots or what have you. But as you can see here, that I was able to double stack these blocks similar to what I had down there, and it's working just fine. But over here, when I was double stacking the blocks, it wasn't working. This top block wasn't working. I mean, this command block was working, this command block was working, which these two command blocks are, to replace the door once you walk through. But this block here, which would remove, or actually, well, fill it with air, but remove the blocks when you get closer to the door, wasn't working when I had it, up on top. And I don't know why it works here on this block, but not, or here, but not here. And I troubleshooted it for a while, so I just went ahead and decided to put it down right there because I'm trying to think if there's any other kind of redstone. I mean, there's probably going to be some more redstone stuff that I'm going to be coming up with. But for right now, I can't think of anything else, so all this room is kind of not being used. But I also had the same thing here. I went ahead and I put the blocks right there, and once again, I can't for the life of me figure out why, so I had to kind of flatten it out. So it uses a little bit more space, but once again, I don't know if I'll be using a whole bunch of redstone, as much redstone as I thought I would be using for this, so that's pretty good. But it's this exact same type of blocks. We got the block here where I only have it on always active right now. I haven't quite figured out now that I got him here how I want to try to turn on and off the redstone signals to these things, um, like what I was doing inside engineering. So eventually I'll probably figure that out. But right now they're just set always active and to repeat, so they're constantly testing if there's any player, or yeah, it's target all players, so any player that is near that particular target, and if so, it powers this, which therefore powers that, because that only goes, doesn't really, it's like you put a block here that doesn't work, but you put a repeater, it works. Then it goes into here to tell it to feel air and so on and so forth. So with that, started kind of building around, extending the. Oh, I need to put another set of doors here. So yeah, there would be one more redstone block that I'll need to be working on. So right there would be a set of doors that enter into this engineering room. But as we can see, there's I kind of started expanding um, the ceiling out just a little bit more. And here I'm actually thinking if I want to make this ceiling, stick up just a little bit more, I could actually remove this and on the top put a piece of carpet down at the bottom. And that will remove that block so I can go ahead and make the ceiling just a little bit taller. But I don't think I might have to worry about that. I kind of had to do that here to try to get this block to light up here because it was just way too dark. But yeah, started expanding that out. So towards these areas. So we'll have this done. I'll probably have another set of doors right there. Okay, so that's two more redstone signals that I need to do, which will lead up into this area here, which I went ahead and I've replicated what I did on that side onto this side, realizing that now there's is open up into space right here, right there. So I need to close that off. But replicated that over to here. So we got these big open spaces, which I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with all of this. I think I did talk about maybe modifying these and putting the captain's quarters and the commander's quarters here, thinking that they would probably actually want, areas where they can actually look at. Um, Down here, don't really quite know. I was thinking about maybe putting kind of a brig or something, but having the brig that close to to the captain's quarters, if that's the captain's quarters, is not quite realistic. So yeah, what else do we do? Oh, and I finished up for the most part with the decorating down here, especially here in the back. Let's go take a look at that. So not much. I'll probably do some stuff here to kind of try to make this look more like that there's a catwalk. Try to see if there's something I could do to look like there is some hydraulics here. So, so I still got quite a bit of work that I'm going to go ahead and try to do with this. But yeah, other than that, it's coming along pretty nicely, I think. So, and like I said, I was probably going to go ahead and not stop working on this. I mean, there's still a lot of work on this, but there's nothing really big. I mean, then if I was to continue with this, the next episode is just interior decorating, interior decorating, interior decorating. That's going to get kind of old after a while. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be old for y'all to be watching it, as well as getting old for, to me to be, filming the videos on it. I mean, I kind of like to be able to, with stuff like this, it comes right down to where I'd rather just go ahead and just start, you know, just building it. Um, what am I trying to say here? It's just that if I'm talking about it, it tends to kind of, I feel like I slow down because I'm stopping to have to think about what I'm saying as opposed, along with what I'm doing. But if I can go ahead and start just, work on this ship off screen, I can get a lot more done. And because this is a bit of tedious work here, why is that lit up? That little redstone torch isn't enough to light that up, is it? Let's test that out. Well, yeah, I guess it is. That might be an alternate route for. Um, hmm, Might be kind of an alternate method for putting in some lights. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right. And then, oops, there we go. But anyways, I could probably just get it done all this interior decorating done a lot quicker if I just do it off camera, that I'm not thinking about it. So to kind of continue on with this episode, and we talked a little bit about it in the last episode, is I'm going to go ahead and start moving on to creating another ship. I already got an idea of what ship that I want to build, and I'm not going to tell you what that ship is just yet. I think I'll probably wait until the next episode to do that, but I will give y'all a bit of a tip. I've already went ahead and I believe it was yep, it's on this side. I've already kind of sorry about that. Set up the area where I'm going to be building it at. So you take a look at this compared to that, and let's see if we can get up a little bit higher. You can see about this new ship that I'm going to build is definitely a heck of a lot smaller than this ship. In fact, I have to say I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I've seen the ship that I'm going to be building on screen, but I never I just to build this, I looked about how big it was. So, um, and it told me how many meters it was, and which this isn't exactly the same. Just like how this has a little bit of space front and the back and all around. This has a little bit more space, but even plus some, because that means the ship is going to be a heck of a lot smaller than what this little area is here. Because and I think I mentioned this in another episode. With this particular type of ship, I'm going to have to do something because given the nature of my block to where you have each one of these blocks is 1 meter thick, and on this ship, I don't think the outside hull of the ship is 1 meter thick. In fact, I'm pretty positive it's not. So I had to either I can make the outside of the ship to be accurate meter wise to within a certain degree, because no, yeah, 1 meter is it's 1 meter. You can't do half-meter blocks. Well, you could to a certain if you use the right type of you could probably do half blocks. But anyways, um, I could either have the exterior to be an exactly the right dimensions of the ship, but the inside is going to be a lot smaller and cramped, or I could do the other way around. So I decided I was going to go ahead and do the inside of the ship to where it will be accurate to the dimensions that you see on screen, but the outside is going to be just ever so slightly bigger. So the outside dimension is actually going to be a little bit bigger than what the ship is supposed to be. So with that being said, I mean, I think I went ahead 60 by 60 meters. And, here's if you want to try to figure out, guess what it is, the first hint is that the ship, when I looked at it, was actually about 35 meters, 35 to 36. Some sources said 35 meters. Some other sources said 36 meters, which, once again, I mean, that's pretty darn small. And when I saw this ship, on screen, I thought it was a lot bigger than that. But that's one thing I kind of like about, building these things in Minecraft. I know these episodes don't necessarily get the most viewers, and that's fine because, I mean, I'm actually kind of enjoyed doing this because, I mean, it's a bit of a challenge too. This kind of goes back what I was talking about working off screen is when you work off screen. I'm not saying I could shut my brain down, but it's just I don't have to do as much thinking, so to say. Because I mean, like right now, what I'm doing right here, I'm talking to y'all, but I could just kind of put my brain in overdrive and do all of this type of stuff. And when you're building in halls and things, once you get that basic outline, all it is just filling in the hall. And I could use the commands, but just kind of just it's something therapeutic about it. I don't know what to describe, and I'm not going to endorse the game. If y'all either y'all are playing it or y'all not going to play it. The game has been out long enough to where, I mean, you've already made your decision that this is going to be a type of game that you want to play or not. But it's just I don't know. I just find it just a bit therapeutic, me personally, just kind of you know just building it out. You know, you know, kind of helps almost relieve stress to a certain degree. I'm only now what right now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of expanding the walls a little bit because I'm not 100% positive because I wasn't able to find dimensions on how tall the ship is going to be. So pretty much most of that is going to be going off of you know the interiors, and then once I've been the interiors, I'm going to try to build the hulls around it. Also, with that is I'm going to do this ship differently than what I did with than what I'm doing with the Burrell class Bird of Prey. Is that I'm actually going to be working on the interiors first, and then put the hull on last. And I first part of the interior I'm going to be working on is going to be the probably the most famous part of the ship. So I'll be working on that, working my way around, doing all the interiors and everything. Then when I get all the interiors done, then we'll start putting in the type of hull. So, um, you know, that's all I'm going to probably give you all hints for right now. But the next episode, I'll start building that. We'll start off with a small little tour of what we got going on here, and I'll start building this section here, or I'll start building the interiors. And of that part, as I'm just going to just go ahead and just we'll start calling it instead of Minecraft Starships Burrell class Bird of Prey. It'll just be Minecraft Starships with the caption underneath it, for whatever ship that we're working on. So, but we're still in Burrell class Bird of Prey, and so what type of stuff do I have to do with this? Um, I still need to kind of go through and add in some extra details along the outside to just give it a little bit more texture, so to say. I mean, I kind of like the way that it looks right now. I'm going to look to see what I could probably do with having these cannons here, these disruptors on the sides firing as well, which means I'm going to have to probably um, actually, no, I don't. Not with command blocks. I don't have to put a dispenser there because I can just summon. Well, it depends what I want to do. If I don't want to do the gas fireball again because I've already done the gas fireball, what I would like to try to do, and I don't know if this is possible, but take the beacon, the beam that the beacon emits. If you don't know what the beacon is, it's let's look at this real quick. Okay, we got a beacon here. I need to clean out my inventories or anything here that I'm not going to use. All right, let's do that. Let's kind of go over here to show you what the beacon does. I mean, the beacon does kind of let out a bit of a beam, and I don't know whether if it's possible for me to just have only the beacon. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, nope. So if I do beacon there, what do I need to do? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, there you go. So it's a beam, and I do know that you can change the color, which if I put this on top of it, let's see. Nope, I don't want that. There we go. It changes it to red. And so that would be an awesome laser beam, phaser beam, and everything like that. I just don't know. Let's go into F3 here. If that, let's see, somewhere it's supposed to tell you what your, okay, stained glass red. That doesn't seem to be emitting anything. So I need to look to see if there's any way that I could, replicate that through using command blocks. Because I think that would be pretty cool to use as a laser beam. So I'm going to probably toy around with that to try to figure out that. And with the, and who knows, maybe, I mean, I can't place the beacon sideways. As far as I know, I can't do that. Let's take a look. Well, no, you can't. You can't place it sideways. Now, I do know that there's probably something I can do, with command blocks and, oh, what is it? Mine carts that might be able to probably do the trick. I'd have to, once again, I have to toy around with it, and that's using a lot of more advanced redstone than what I am capable of doing, or at least right now. I'm gonna have to do some research on that, but that would be an awesome laser beam. Just imagine that on all the ships. fact, you know what? I'm going to make it my effort to try to figure out how to do that, just so I can mimic phaser beams. And when we're inside the ship, for the gunner's position, I'll have another button that they can press to fire the phasers. So if you're using this to make videos out of it, thought I saw. Okay, that was that. So if you're using this ship and you're making videos out of it, you want actual freaking laser beams in your. Sorry, reference. Such a nerd. Laser beams inside your video. You can actually be able to do that, and I'll probably either put it right here on the gunner, or I might even make a second gunner position over here, so you have, you know, phaser gunner and then disruptor gunner, or and what have you. We'll be looking at that, but I'm also going to be, you know, working on, all of this up here, trying to figure out what to do with all of this spare area here, spare room, and the engineering. So that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing now. So with all of that, there's not much to kind of jump in and show y'all, except maybe just a little bit here and there, but definitely not enough for a full episode. So then we'll be working. So we're going to be working on that other ship, and so if y'all can figure it out, what it is, great. If y'all want to go ahead and leave a comment somewhere in the. Ooh, what did I do here? Oh, that's right. I need to fill these up with some weapons of sorts. If y'all want to kind of leave y'all's guess inside the comment section, and if y'all get it right, I'll let y'all know. But other than that, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and stop right here. And I think this is going to be kind of a bit of a short episode, but this is actually the second episode for this weekend, and I haven't really been having a lot of time filming episodes. Been really, really busy with my job. If y'all watch my last episode for the Enterprise J, I kind of talked a little bit about that in great detail. But I'm going to go ahead and call it quits right now. So I just want to go ahead and thank y'all for watching. If y'all would like to leave your guesses as to what my ship is going to be, or if y'all would like to leave a request on what type of ship you would like to see me try to build in Minecraft, go ahead and let me know. And I'm still looking for methods of posting either this world download online. I know there must be some ways out there, and I really need to probably research it myself. But in the meantime, until I do that, if y'all want to go ahead and once again, y'all want to borrow this as is or wait until I get finished, just let me know and shoot me a mail, and I can go ahead and see about sending the file to you so y'all can go into MC Edit and edit this out and put it into your worlds. All right, but so with that being said, this is B-Bell Dan, and I just want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.